Hello there people, my name is Sho and welcome to an episode of Game Things. We had a video on the Xbox Showcase that happened last weekend, so do check that out if you wish to know our coverage of the livestream. And with that, let's get started with everything else that also happened this week. Starting with Capcom's showcase that happened on Monday 3 PM Pacific time. Dragon's Dogma 2 is definitely the biggest announcement of all, subjectively speaking. It has been more than 10 years since the first Dragon's Dogma released in 2012, and with this new entry, the game is built on the RE engine. In the showcase, the game is presented as a single-player RPG set in an open-world environment. While you, the Arisen, explore the world with your chosen vocations, aka your skills, job, class, there will be NPCs called the Pawns, with a main pawn and 2 support pawns to tag along your adventure. And I just want to let this out. It's kind of funny how they stress on, it feels like you are just playing with another player. And thanks to the power of AI. Jokes aside, I guess we will at the time to tell us about everything from the AI, pawns, and physics in Dragon's Dogma 2. No release dates were given, so we'll keep you updated as they come. Capcom also has a new entry to its library of IPs. This time it is called Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. I don't know if any one of you felt the same, but when I first saw this trailer from the Xbox Showcase, at least at the very first 5 seconds of the video, it did give me this Neo vibes, a franchise from Koei Tecmo. Anyways, this game is said to be running on the RE engine as well, and the action strategy aspect of it will be its core gameplay. The release date of Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess is to be confirmed, and the game is said to be coming to Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and PC on Steam. Now this is certainly not on my radar. Mega Man X Dive was a mobile game first released in March 2020 by Capcom Taiwan, and its global launch did not happen until the year 2021. Now with the original game shutting down on September 27th this year, Capcom is introducing Mega Man X Dive offline, I guess to preserve what they have made? Not that I thought about playing it at first glance, but now that I have the option, I might just play it very casually from time to time. And if you are wondering, yes, it is your typical mobile game with character collection, power-up mechanics, with its core gameplay still being a Mega Man experience. Not to mention, it has more than 900 stages to play with. The previous game is a free-to-play title, however, whether this offline version of the game will be free as well, that is another question of its own. Mega Man X Dive Offline will be coming out on the App Store, Google Play, and PC on Steam in 2023. Next, the game that is made by Capcom and is coming out in less than a month would be Exoprimal. Dino Survival will be the main game mode, and now you can watch the gameplay of it with the link provided down below. If I'm being brutally honest, at least at this point in time, my favorite parts about the game are the Exomobile itself and the skins. That's it. From my experience, that is certainly not a good sign of a good game because gameplay is also important. On the bright side, there is a second open beta test even as we are getting closer to its official launch, and in the beta test, players will be experiencing the additional story-related missions, 10 players co-op missions, and other adjustments made for the game based on previous rounds of players' feedback. The second open beta test starts on June 16 at 12 AM UTC time. Unfortunately, by the time this video is out, this beta test should be coming to an end on June 18 at 11:59 PM UTC time. Nonetheless, I will take this opportunity to try out the actual gameplay just a little bit, and hopefully it will be better than what I've initially thought. Not to mention, a reward will also be given to those who participate in this beta test. There are Season Pass, and the Deluxe Edition does get you a Head Start kit that contains the early unlock tickets to have access to the exosuit skins for Vigilant, Muramasa, and Nimbus, alongside the premium tier of Season 1 Survival Pass, which will mostly unlock the cosmetic side of things. Pre-order bonus also includes 3 custom skins for the Witch Doctor, Deadeye, and Roadblock exosuits. If you have anything personal against raptors and dinosaurs spawning out from portals, you will find yourself at home with Exoprimal coming out on July 14, 2023. Also, remember this game called Pragmata? And aside from the visually appealing 3 minutes announcement trailer that was made public back in 2020, all we've been getting is trailers on yet another delay. But it is reassuring to know that they never forget about the game and is actively updating its community about it. The release date of Pragmata is further delayed to an unspecified date, so my guess is it will be a while before we see the next update about the game from the development team. And to put an end to the Capcom session, we also have something to those who love their courtroom session being unnecessarily spiced up and dramatic. We have Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. That's a joke, by the way. I really do like the franchise myself. And if you like yourself a story-rich mystery/detective visual novels with anime style, Ace Attorney is a very popular franchise, and the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy is a place that you can start with as well. This trilogy features 3 games, namely Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, with the trilogy coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and Steam on PC in early 2024. Moving on, we're going to touch on Ubisoft, but not everything, so we are handpicking a few interesting games to talk about. Ubisoft Forward 2023 is what it is called, and aside from the open world Star Wars Outlaws that we have mentioned in our episode dedicated to the Xbox Showcase, the other game that is also considered big would be the upcoming Avatar game. It's called Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. The not so fancy way of describing a story goes like this. You got caught by bad humans, they train you to become a killing machine in hopes that you will turn against your own kind, but that didn't happen. Somehow you were frozen, and once they froze, you realize that you are back to where you were before in Pandora 15 years later. And now, you are on an adventure to clean up all the mess that are manifesting Pandora, revitalize, and make Pandora great again. Experience the story in single-player mode or in 2-player co-op through an online session. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is coming on December 7, 2023. Ubisoft also gave the game XDefiant a spotlight. This is a free-to-play, fast-paced first-person shooter. An open beta, or an open session as they call it, will be made available to everyone starting June 21st until June 23rd on PC via Ubisoft Connect, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and Series S. Upon launching the game in late summer this year, there will be a pre-season with 14 maps, 10 arenas, 5 factions, 5 game modes, 24 weapons, and many more to play with. Then, we also get to see the gameplay trailer for the upcoming Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and you can check out the trailer with the link provided down below. This is an action-adventure 2.5D platformer that comes with modern graphics and a lot to love, especially to the fans of Prince of Persia games. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is releasing on January 18 in 2024, coming to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC on Ubisoft Store and Epic Games Store, as well as Amazon Luna. Up next, the Crew Motorfest offers a really nice looking and differentiating world to drive in, and I especially like the one in Japan. Not to mention, electric supercars are now a thing, and so is the case for the Crew Motorfest. The Motorfest happens in Oahu in Hawaii, and the crew invites all players to come join the Motorfest, which include those who had spent a ton of time playing the previous The Crew 2, which was released back in 2018, because now, players can import their collection of cars from The Crew 2 into the Crew Motorfest for free. There's the gameplay premiere trailer and the deep dive trailer out a few days ago, so do check them out. Not to mention, pre-ordering the game now gets you the Toyota GR Supra 2021 LBWK Edition. Getting the Gold or Ultimate Edition scores you a 3-day early access as well. And there's also a closed beta starting July 21st, and it lasts until July 23rd for the Crew Motorfest. You can register your interest with the link provided down below and stand a chance to play for the closed beta test before the game officially launches on Thursday, September 14, 2023 for the PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, and PC on Epic Games Store and Ubisoft Store. Now let's put some speed onto the pedals here. The Division Resurgence is a mobile game coming this fall, and you can pre-register now to get your unique rewards upon its launch on the App Store and Play Store. Mario Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is also getting its final DLC with Remnant, coming later this year in 2023 with more details to be shared. Of course, can't be a Ubisoft Showcase without Assassin's Creed being mentioned. Assassin's Creed Nexus is a VR game that's coming to the Meta Quest 2 and Meta Quest 3. No release date were given at this moment. On the other hand, Assassin's Creed Codename Jade is an open-world RPG that happens in ancient China. This is a mobile game to be made available on the App Store and Play Store, with registration for access to closed beta open now. All you need to do is head to the website, make your Level Infinite Pass account, log in, and register your interest there. For the last game that we're talking about here for the Ubisoft section, it would be Assassin's Creed Mirage. There is an 8 minutes long gameplay walkthrough available on Ubisoft's YouTube channel, so do check that out. You'll be playing as Basim in this world that takes place in the 19th century of Baghdad. I believe the infiltration, stealth, and assassination is always the bread and butter of Assassin's Creed gameplay, and it is the exact case here for Mirage, steering back the franchise into the stealth-centric gameplay. As much as it sounds like a no-brainer, had you played the older titles from Assassin's Creed, the satisfaction that you get when you successfully pull off a stealth kill versus a straight-up face-off is what I believe to be the thing that keeps the player coming back for more. Assassin's Creed Mirage will be made available on Thursday, October 12th, 2023. And that wraps up the Ubisoft forward coverage we are doing in this episode. Now let's shift our focus onto this upcoming sequel to the original Remnant that I've played myself. It is Remnant 2. I would describe this game as a not so hardcore Souls-like with guns and some looting elements in the mix. If you have friends to play with, the game does allow co-op with up to 2 other players. The first Remnant game was a great buy for me considering it was launched at 40 USD, and with Remnant 2, the game is priced at 50 USD for the standard edition. When it comes to other tier options, I'm definitely seeing a trend here. The deluxe edition gets you 3 remnants from the Ashes armor sets, and the ultimate edition gets you 3-day early access to the game, additional survival pack, and a DLC bundle that contains 3 packs. Whatever that 3 packs are, there will be more details to be shared in the future. Pre-ordering the digital version of the game gets you an early unlock of the Gunslinger archetype, aka character, which specializes in weapon switching, firearms, and ammo. In the language of Orc, it can be interpreted as big damage good. Personally, I don't see the appeal from both the editions being offered, so the standard edition will be my go-to. Remnant 2 is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, and PC on Tuesday, July 25th, 2023 in America and 26th in other parts of the world. Now to address other parts of this episode, we are heading to the Flash News section. The Final Fantasy XVI's demo is out for the PlayStation 5 and you can download it via the PlayStation Store now. The demo includes the prologue, a special battle, and players' progress in the demo can be carried over to the actual game, minus the special battle part, which is a demo-only thing. Again, Final Fantasy XVI is a time exclusive on the PlayStation 5, and the game will be releasing on Thursday, 22nd of June 2023. We also get to see a game mechanic trailer for the upcoming game releasing this month. It is Master Detective Archives Raincoat. JP trailer for the win, by the way, English sub over dub. After engaging a case, investigation starts first, whereby players will ask around and gather any clues that are left behind. Once enough information is gathered, a solution key will be materialized, which can then be used in the mystery labyrinth during your encounter against mystery phantoms. Should you face trouble to further gather information during your investigation, you can turn to other master detectives that excels in their very own way. Some even have the power of audio aptitude and post-cognition. If you have played any previous Spike Chunsoft games like Danganronpa or AI The Somnium Files, you will find lots of similarities from this game. Otherwise, you could also choose to take this opportunity to try out this genre with Master Detective Archives Ring Code coming to Nintendo Switch on June 30th, 2023. Moving on, an urgent news to those who are into the arcade fighting Soul Calibur franchise. Soul Calibur 5 on a PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 will be delisted on 19th of June 2023, and among them, it is not just the base game that will be removed, all the associated DLCs will no longer be available for purchase as well. Then, nearly 10 years later, since the August 2013 release of Payday 2, we now know that Payday 3, a co-op crime-related first-person shooter, is coming this year on September 21st for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, and PC on Epic Games Store and Steam. And before my editor starts mouthing, let's end the news section with the Lies of P official release trailer and gameplay overview trailer with links provided down below as well. Aside from the not so convincing gameplay trailer from IGN, I think the one from the PlayStation does the game a lot more justice, and I'm feeling excited about this game because the world and the theme is just French kiss level. Remember, Lies of P is coming to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, Xbox One, and PC on September 19, 2023. Coming to the game releases of this week, if you love yourself some wholesome narrative gameplay, Dawn lets you revisit your childhood and to uncover the lost family secrets. The game is now available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, Nintendo Switch, and PC. On the contrary, we have Layers of Fear 2023 version, and this is also out now on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, as well as PC on the Epic Games Store and on Steam. One thing to note, there is a 15% introductory offer that is going on right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, looking at Steam, I think if you own either one of the previous Layer of Fear titles in your library, you get further discounts, and from what I can see, it is a whopping 45% off, with the offer lasts until 23rd of June 2023. I would assume it applies to all other platforms as well, so if you own the game outside of Steam, let us know if that is the case in the comment section down below. This is not something that happens every day, and if you plan to play it immediately, you should definitely take advantage on this offer. As for the free games for this week, on the Epic Games Store, Guacamelee 2 and Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition focuses on the action fighting platformer genre, heavily inspired by the Mexican culture and folklore. Both games are up for grab now, and the offer lasts until June 22nd. With that marks the end of this week's episode of Game Things. What a week we have here in the world of video games, and you would think I have covered them all. Truth is, I will leave the rest that are untouched for the next week. Consider giving this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful, subscribe and click on the bell so that YouTube can send you a notification whenever we have a new upload here on Game Things.